Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Aman Charaniya, a small town boy chasing the big dreams, and I have recently got an All India rank 63 in INICET May 2025. In this video, we are going to talk about how to improve GT scores. So let's begin. We are going to talk about why GT matters more than just marks, how to attempt GT in a right way, GT analysis, because this can be a real game changer. Improving the GT scores over the time, it will not occur overnight, so it is over time, and GT is basically your growth tracker, whether you are working in the right direction or not, or you need to change anything. Before we go ahead, let me talk you. If you go and see interview of any like top 500 or 1000 जो भी interviews are there, majority of people would have given 20 to 25 GTs in their prep phase. I know without giving GT also rank can come, but that is not a norm. If you see the normal trend or normal pattern, the toppers would have given at least 20 to 25 GTs. So if you are someone in your third year or final year, you need to start giving your GT. Third year in the end of the third year, final year is in the beginning of the final year. My GT journey. See, one thing I would like to tell from my personal experience is start early, because you will have more chances to fail, because it will help you reanalyze your game and improve from back to ahead, and so you can change so many things if you start early. So that is the best and the most important advice of this whole video. I started with 107. Everyone will start somewhere around 90 to 110 when they start, and then only they will improve irrespective of who they are. So this is how the normal GT progression will be there. This was in the Jan 31st Jan, somewhere at the end of my third year, and year 2025 हो गया, because I was not expecting that I am going to fail in my final year. So that is a different thing. You can go and watch the video. I have talked about it in the another video. So the final was 185. So slow and steady progress. Earlier you start, the more opportunity for you to fail in GT before the final exams. Now let's talk about why GT matters more than just marks. So how will it help you? Because revision, I know everyone is doing, that is one part, but the other part is giving GT. So why it matters? So it will help you to understand and train to sit. I know बैठने में क्या है, but the attention span of every one of us, because of the Instagram reels and YouTube short, has decreased significantly. So to sit for 3.5 hours with a laser focus is a difficult thing. If you start giving it, you will realize it, right? And then you will realize whether you are able to manage your time block wise or section wise, the 40 questions in 42 minutes, and if it is INICET 50 question in 45 minutes. So if you start giving GT, then you will realize कि आपका क्या गलती है. Knowledge gap, the more questions and more GT you score, like it's basically 200 question in 9 or 19 subject. So you will realize कि आपका क्या knowledge gap है. When you give GT, small things will pop up and you will realize, oh, ये तो बहुत basic है, still I don't know. So that will help you with this. And this two thing, exam pattern and question traps. So initially you will require at least 2 to 3 GTs to understand like what is the pattern, what the examiner is trying to ask, what is the important thing, because notes में तो बहुत सारी चीजें लिखी है ना. So what is important thing, though, if you start giving GT, then you will realize कि अच्छा this topics are the one they are asked multiple times. And question trappers like is not, या फिर जो भी trap लगाते हैं examiners. So if you start giving GT, then you will realize and you can improve, start improving, and you will start adapting to it. It will also help you to track the progress. So now track the progress in two way. Like overall progress is basically कि आपके overall marks क्या है. So basically जो मैंने 107 से 185 तक गया over the period. So that is overall progress. And the one progress is your subject wise progress. So you will get to know like what are your strong subject and what are your weak subject, and you can improve accordingly, right? Now also guys, 90% of you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel. Please do subscribe, it will really help you. Now the third thing is how to attempt GT in the right way. So you have to give it in a one sitting. Obviously we know it, from 9 to 12:30 Sunday is the ideal day to give GT, because on Monday the results will be there. So Sunday is a better day. You can give live as well, because मैं तो live देता था. It will used to give like थोड़ा सा better feel. No breaks, no distractions, sit for 3.5 hours straight. Let's talk about an important method. If you are someone who are going to appear in NEET, in the next NEET, this is the one you should be following. 3-pass method for every single block, because you will have 42 minutes for 40 questions. So the first look or the first pass you go through, सो उसमें आपको जितने भी क्वेश्चन आते हैं फॉर श्योर कि हाँ ये तो मुझे पता है, तो दैट यू हैव टू टिक. सो दैट शुड टेक समवेयर अराउंड 28 minutes एंड एटलीस्ट 25 क्वेश्चंस तो जो आते हैं वो आपने टिक कर दिए. एंड देन at the same time you have to also mark for review जो क्वेश्चन आते हैं, you will be skipping जो आपको पता ही नहीं है. So in the second pass you have to go through only that question जिसमें आपने mark for review किया है. So that should take somewhere around your 10 minutes. And बाकी at the last जो भी है इसके बाद the third pass, उसमें आपको जाके देखना है what question you have skipped, whether you can attempt them if you have some kind of knowledge. Avoid wild guessing because negative marking will hurt. जो जिसमें एक ऑप्शन में भी कुछ पता नहीं चल रहा है, you have to skip. If you are confused between 2%, two options, you have 100%, you have to attempt that. You ruled out one and you are between three, you can still take a guess, but जिसमें कुछ भी नहीं पता है, please avoid that. Use elimination technique. The more GTs you get, the more you will realize how to use that bits and pieces of information to reach to an answer. And also while you are giving GT, try to use that guessed option का mark. उसमें you have to choose. What I used to do is जो एक तो guess कर रहा है वो mark करता था, and जो doubtful था, although I knew कि ये answer हो सकता है, but जिसमें मेरे को doubt आ रहा था कि this is also doubtful, so this both. So at least if you don't review anything, these questions are the one that you should be reviewing because doubtful will help you to improve your concepts, and guessing तो है कि वो तो आपको देखना ही anyways. Yes sir. So guys, many of you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel. I will request you guys to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this video with other people, friends, and like this video if you found this helpful. I will be coming with more such informations. Yeah. So third thing is GT analysis. So GT analysis, first thing is whenever you कोई भी क्वेश्चन गलत होता है, try to classify that error, like whether it is a recall error. Recall error basically आपने सुना देखा लग रहा है, but still you could not get मतलब perfectly connect with the answer. So उसमें क्या है वो, that is basically more the revision you will do, you will improve on that कि हाँ ठीक है ये पता तो है, it's just about revision. So we will do one revision and you will get better. And this is a never ending process. रिवाइज करोगे कुछ और भूल जाओगे फिर, and this will keep going. फर्स्ट सब्जेक्ट रिवाइज किया है तो 10 भूल जाओगे, 10 किया है तो फर्स्ट भूल जाओगे, so that will keep happening. So this is a never ending process. This is the best thing that I would like to talk about: silly mistake and reading errors. This is the thing which cannot be improved by revision. So silly mistake आपके लिए वो silly है जो आपको पता था फिर भी आपने गलत कर दिया. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैरो ने लिख के दिया silly है तो इसीलिए. Those questions that you knew कि मुझे ये आता था और ये मैं सही टिक कर सकता था और गलत कर दिया, तो that is your silly mistake. And reading mistake is basically correct read करना भूल गया या फिर wrong पूछा था और आपने correct mark कर दिया, तो this is all reading mistake. एंड इज नॉट या फिर मैच द फॉलोइंग में कुछ गलत मैच कर दिया, तो दिस आर योर सिली मिस्टेक एंड रीडिंग मिस्टेक. दिस कैनॉट बी इम्प्रूव बाय रिविजन. अंडरस्टैंड राइट? अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, दैट कैनॉट बी इम्प्रूव बाय रिविजन. यू हैव टू गिव मोर GTs to you adapt yourself to not do that mistake. So that is basically a practice of giving more GTs and try to maintain that focus, because initially it is tough to maintain that focus for 3.5 hours, right? So the more GTs you give, you will also keep improving on this, and this is the major part that you should improve on, because ये तो कभी नहीं होना चाहिए, because this can deteriorate your rank like anything. Application issues, so application issues solve more questions, so you will just don't revise notes साथ में to do questions so that you are familiar with different types of question and everything. Also जो recall error हो रहा है, you can put them into flashcard or 20th notebook. I used to make flashcard, but you can make 20th notebook as whatever is feasible to you. एंड ऑल्सो सी द क्वेश्चन जो आपका जो एकदम लास्ट जो रिव्यू के लिए रखे थे और वो फटफट से टिक कर दिया बिकॉज टाइम क्रंच हो गया था. सो ऑल्सो लुक एट दिस वन. सो दिस कैन बी इम्प्रूव बाय getting better at time management skills. So ये भी देखना. So this is how you can analyze. Now let's talk about the overall analysis. I probably feel Mero is a very good and good UI along with this analysis of GT. So see, a minimum 4 to 5 GT will require before you start doing all this thing, because 1 to 2 GT is sample size ही बहुत छोटा है to realize कि आपका subject कौन सा weak है या फिर कौन सा strong है. So it means you will realize 4-5 GTs so that you will get a better idea. Now you will have strong subject and you will have weak subject. Now understand one thing, जो short subject है ना, they are very variable. Like उसमें से question ही 2 to 4 आते majority of the time, और sometimes 5 questions आते, तो like it's very tough to improve. उसमें एक भी गलत हो गया तो that is also, so it's okay to have that जो भी subject है like psych, anesthesia, because that is not going to like have so much of weightage anyway at the end, so it's okay. Like I'm not telling you should not study it, but it's okay if it is a far the lower end of your that table, जिसमें भी questions are more than like 10 question or 15 question, 20 question. See, like medicine, biochem, community medicine, path, microsurgery, these are the all subject that should be at your top of your list, because this contains a heavy weightage. So if you are doing good in them, overall you will do good, because that has like more than, if you see these 7 8 question, that will have more than 120 questions from this themselves as well. So ये जो है, this is how you should try to focus. Subject with 10 questions should be at your top end. Also platform bias. So platform bias is, once you give 20 to 25 GT from a same source, like whatever it is, Mero जो भी है या फिर Prepleader, whatever it is, you will start getting platform bias because of their notes or a pattern और क्वेश्चन, मतलब जो भी है रिपीट हो रहा है, बिकॉज सी नो बडी इज मेकिंग 200 न्यू क्वेश्चंस, राइट. सो सी दिस इज द थिंग. सो यू शुड ट्राई टू गिव GTs फ्रॉम अ different platform after a point. And different platform, I don't mean you go and start buying everything. You don't need to. Be very careful before buying anything. You don't need multiple sources. Just go and give free GTs, right? The free GTs are available on every platform. You should go and just give that free GT and come back. That's not a big thing. Improving GT score over time. See, it is not something that you will get overnight. It will happen over time only. किसी से भी जाके पूछो, it will happen over time only, because it takes time. Frequency of GT should be once 2 week if you are in the initial phase of your internship or your final year, and once weekly in the last 6 months. So if you're in the last 6 months, you should be giving once GT once weekly, or at least in the last 4 months. I feel once weekly is a very nice thing to do. I feel it's not there is no harm in giving more GTs, I will always say. Quality revisions along with subject wise tests, as you will be doing daily MCQs, avoiding the same mistake twice, and accuracy. See, 150 to 160 क्वेश्चन विल बी दोस्त जो आपने पढ़े हैं, या बेसिकली इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक, या फिर PYT, वॉट एवर इट इज, इसमें से आएगा. सो इन दिस यू हैव टू हैव दैट एक्यूरेसी ऑफ मोर देन 90%. सो दैट इज द बेसिक like thing that you can use to improve your score. Accuracy in the questions that you know. You don't have to do mistake. Quality as well as quantity, both are essential. Quality of revision and quantity is basically number of revision. So number of revision is very important for fact based thing, and quality for concept based thing. So both are essential. So concept and fact, so quality plus quantity, both are required. And now let's move on to the last phase. GT is basically the growth tracker. सो सी, एक खराब GT हो गया, इट डज नॉट मीन कि आपका प्रिपरेशन खराब है. It is basically a learning tool to give you a feedback. Our body itself is based on the feedback mechanism, right? If we will get feedback, then only we can improve from where we are. So feedback will lead to improvement if you work on it, right? Without feedback, how will you know that what is the thing that you need to work on and what is the thing you have to improve? See, this is the three thing important thing where you can improve, right? And this is where you have to keep your strong subject at the top. So this is feedback. Process, focus more on process rather than rank. It will improve for sure. Improve from GT to GT and not overnight. Agar if I started at 107, if I thought कि चलो 150 पे जाते, it will not happen in that way. 107, then it will go to 110, then 120, and slowly and gradually it will reach to 180 as well. So it is doable, but it will happen over time. Consistency will beat the talent. So if you keep doing it every week, see, if you just give 1 week 1 GT every 2 weeks, see, even that at the end of the year you are giving 24 GT, and if you are giving in your final year and internship attempt, you will be giving 48 GTs. So this is a lot of GTs, right? So this looks very tough to feel, oh इतने सारे GT दे दिए, but it is very simple. You just have to give 1 GT every 2 weeks. At the end of your internship, you will have given at least 50 GTs. That's very simple. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be better than what you were yesterday. So thank you once again. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you in another one with a next and a better topic. Bye bye. All the best.